So in this video, we are going to create a sparks animation with TyFlow. So let's create a TyFlow operator. Then I'm going to create a sphere, and this will be very easy to create. So just follow me and move it like this. Open editor and then click on birth. And this is the total birth amount, which is 200. We will increase it later. Now we need to give it some position. So we are going to use position icon. And now click on create new, and a new tie icon is created. Okay, so let's move it like this. Okay, so now it's fine. Let's give it some speed and all that kind of things. So let's use the speed operator, and we are going to use the direction of arrow. So we are going to use a long icon arrow and pick the icon. So now our particles are in the direction of our icon. And now we need to create a gravity. So we are going to use the force operator, and we are going to give it some gravity of minus 0.1. And let's see. Okay, so this is fine. Let's move our sphere like this. Okay, let's give it some shape. So we are going to use shape operator, 3D, change it to geosphere, low res, and change the display mode to geometry. And now we can see our particles. This is good. Now we need to give it some collision. So let's collision, pick our sphere. Okay, so this is what is happening right now. We don't need any friction because sparks don't have much friction. So if we go down here, we can see some of the values. So let's make the friction 5% and increase the bounce percentage to 40%. And now we are getting this thing, which is really good. Okay, now also I want the collision between each particle. Okay, also let's do one thing, is that here we can see this thing happening. Our spheres are intersecting with objects. So in order to avoid it, we can just increase the collision radius, the collision operator. So let's just increase it. It's a 0.5. So right now, this is our animation. Okay, now one thing we need to do is that we need to delete our sparks after some time. So we are going to use a time test operator and then create a new event. And in this event, you can see there the purple color. So we are going to delete those. First of all, we need to increase the event age. So we are going to make it 50. And I think 50 is too much. Let's make it 30. 30 is very low. Let's make it 45. And I think let's make it 48. And let's add the delete operator in this event. Now give it the variation of the 5 frames so that we get more variation. Now inside the shape, click on scale, decrease the scale to 70%. And here we are going to increase the amount to 2000. Okay, now here you can see a problem we are facing, which is these lines. So we need to increase the simulation stats of TyFlow. So select the TyFlow, go to settings and change it to I think this one is fine, like this. Okay, now let's move our camera here. I think these are too many sparks. because it's gonna create too much glow, which we don't want. So let's go to editor again and change it to 1800. Okay, now let's create some materials for these. So for the sphere, the material will be white color. And then for the TyFlow, I am going to create a orange like material like this. And then I'm going to copy this color and I'm going to paste it to self illumination. And now you can see glow is created. Enable the GI and it can create a light now. And let's change its value to 5. We will modify this later. Okay, now we have created a camera by pressing Ctrl C. So go to the camera and this is the important thing, which is enable motion blur. And let's render. Also one important thing, which is go to TyFlow and add the mesh operator. Without mesh operator, your particles will not render. And let's click on render again. And now you can see the sparks. So you can control these sparks in any way you want. Right now, I am using single color. So what you can do is you can use material ID operator, change into random, and from here you can use multiple variations of the sparks color. Right now, I'm not gonna do it. Let's move to the next step, which is to create more of these. Okay, we need to give it more gravity. Let's make it 0.2 and let's make the speed 2. Okay, let's render it again. And now we have more longer sparks. Okay, let's delete those particles a little bit early in 35 like this. Okay, so also go to renders, press shift F and let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, now go to lens effects and enable bloom and glare, and this will apply a post process effect. Okay, so this is without bloom and glare and this is with bloom and glare. Okay, so these are the only two things you need to modify in order to change this effect, and that's it. Mm, so with in this way you can create sparks with TyFlow. So if you want the collision between particles, here there is no collision between particles because we don't need it. If you want, you can use particle physics. So that's it for this video.